Hey rugby fans, welcome back to the channel. I'm Merit, your host here. I'm Imbi Rugby, and today is going to be a rather short post-mortem as there were no Six Nations matches this weekend and quite a few URC matches, but I'm only going to cover the two South African Derby matches. Um, yeah, so without any further ado, the doctor is in. So, like I said, today we are diving into the thrilling continuation of the Derby matchups, and I'm going to start with the Stormers versus the Bulls. What a spectacle it was! Both teams came out guns blazing, and the intensity was high right from the kickoff. Neither team wanted to give any quarter, and it was clear from the beginning that this was going to be a tough match between two really uh, almost equally matched teams. So a lot of the deciding factors were the bad weather. Uh, Kickoff was delayed by about an hour due to a thunderstorm. Um, Chance and forced errors. And there was plenty of that due to the wet ball and obviously the wet field. So no tries were scored in the first half anyway, and it all came down to penalty goals, really, as there were plenty of collapsed scrums, knock-ons. Even Valeru awarded a yellow card for diving onto the ball as it came out of the ruck from an offside possession. A move that basically the ref labelled as quite cynical. So the Stormers couldn't quite capitalize on that though, as the Bulls are always the most resolved when on the back foot. And by half time, the score was about 12-9 in the Stormers' favour from four penalty goals by Mattia and only three by David Creel. The second half kicked off with the first try of the game scored by Vermaak and converted by David Creel. But that was soon, though, followed by a somewhat scruffy, yet absolutely brilliant, and my favorite try of the weekend by Wandisile Semelane. After Matthias' conversion, the final score was basically 19-16, as they were, and that was where the score basically hung until full time. All in all, an edge of your seat type of match that made for an extraordinary exciting piece of rugby. And now moving along swiftly to the Lions versus the Sharks Derby. The match went down at the Emirates Airline Park, so it was pretty much a cold, wet weekend all round. The Lions came off the starting blocks with an absolute vengeance this game, and one has to wonder if it wasn't really kind of a personal payback for them from their Currie Cup final loss last year to the Sharks, where Jordan Hendrickson kicked that absolutely brilliant field goal to seal their fate. Within the first 5 minutes of the game, the Lions scored their first try, and that basically just set the tone for the match, really, as it was absolute try fest on that side, kind of one-sided, really. The Sharks was constantly badgered into submission by the Lions' attacks as they were forced into their own 22, time and time again. The fact that Mkunu was also awarded a yellow card run about just before the end of the first half for cynical play also didn't help the Sharks' position, and I personally started feeling extremely sorry for them. As their uphill battle just didn't seem to have any end in sight. Just after, at the start of the second half, just as the Nguni came back, Jurindo Julius was also given a yellow card in the 70th minute. Um, some reprieve did come, however, when Lombard was awarded a yellow card sort of late in the second half, allowing the Sharks to kind of capitalize and on the disadvantage with two tries. one by Ethan Hooker and then one by Sia Kolisi, putting the final score at 38-14, saving the Sharks, from a total whitewash humiliation at the hands of Horn and his boys. I think that the Captain Lucanio though, did say it best, that they will have to go back to the drawing board and reevaluate their strategies a bit going forward from here on. Yeah, but before I end off tonight, let's run the two clips, of the two best tries for this weekend, in my opinion.
Two refreshed front rows packed down for the scrum. No problem for the vet clearing that one from the base, and Matthias sends a central Gary Owen. Galan trying to get a hand underneath that ball. Off the legs is the call. It's on now for Simelane. Simelane's after this one, and he's in for the Stormers.
Williams away to his right. Little pick and go from Julius. Another penalty, and Grant Williams taps and goes. He is electrifyingly fast, and he steps the last man. Lost his footing a bit, but Sia Kolisi had all the momentum to take the offload and go in for the score. Simple enough conversion for Jordan Hendrickse.
So that's it from me, guys. Please let me know in the comments field what your thoughts were on the two derbies, and perhaps where you think Plumtree and his boys could improve their game for the next round. Also give me your thoughts on the Stormers vs Bulls game, what you think could be improved there. Also, please give me your video, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, or if you are a first time viewer, as this really helps me grow the channel and helps me out as well. Furthermore, we are looking forward to another round in the Lions vs Sharks Derby, playing this time at Kings Park this coming weekend, as well as the Six Nations return with matches like France taking on the Irish, Scotland vs Wales, and England taking Italy on. And as usual, please take care of yourselves and your loved ones this weekend. And I'll see you all next week as I'm reviewing the games of the previous weekend. Peace out.